It's very hard to put a precise number on it, but the Fed themselves have tried to put a number on how much did their balance sheet, their buying, suppress long-term interest rates. So they think it's, for want of a precise number, it's 88 basis points on their calculation, but they say, look, we've got a very wide dispersion in terms of how confident we are. But if you say interest rates have been suppressed in the long end by, in the 10-year rate by 100 basis points, that's a reasonable proxy at the moment to say the effect of QE. We can see it in real premiums, so the extra risk premium that you get for investing long term is really low compared to history. So basically the unwinding of QE means we unwind that 100 or so basis points that has suppressed bond yields, and that's just to start with, just to take out that effect. So it could be quite disorderly.
I think it's also, that's the Fed's estimate of their own behaviour. So of course you've got what the ECB's behaviour has been as well, you've got what the Japanese behaviour has been, and you've also got what the Chinese behaviour has been. So yeah, over $18 trillion worth of buying, and the UK and the Swiss National Bank. So you've got over $18 trillion that have accumulated in those balance sheets. If you sit there right now, China's unwinding theirs, the Japanese are actually doing well below their stated run rate, what they thought they'd be doing at this point. The Fed's giving very clear direction they want to end or start that process of winding it down at the end of this calendar year, and the ECB aren't that far behind. That's a reasonably large catalyst in the mindsets, I think, of how people will be sitting there at an asset allocation level. How does that unwinding occur? Is it going to be very gradual? All the central banks will be saying this is going to be a very controlled and steady event, but at the same time, the risk of allocating out of bonds is very large. So that unwind can be predicted by central banks to be very smooth, but we're more concerned that it actually can be a bit of a bumpier transition.
It's more a desire than a prediction for the central banks.